always his work my father cared about. His research. He tried to save his work. I tried to save him.
Hello there, Sera from 17 once again, introducing you to my Gears of War 3 Insane Difficulty video walkthrough. This is Act 2, Chapter 6, Airborne. So we're on the siege barge now, and it's significantly easier when you're on it than it is to get on it. So thankfully the last level is but a shadow of our memory, and we're now in a much simpler part of the game. So what's going to happen here is there are turrets on each corner of this barge. Think of it as like a rectangle, and you need to use them to hit other barges. And depending on your distance from the barges will depend on how high you have to aim. You'll notice, I don't know why I'm not looking down the sights there, I'm just getting a bit ambitious. I generally just aim as high as I can, put a bit of curve on it because you are moving, and I don't think I hit a single one then, but that doesn't matter because you get closer. But you generally always want to aim with it, and the reload can take a while, so just bear with that. But just aim up and to the right, up and to the left, all depending on where you are from the barge. Just, figure it out. They take about 3 or 4 rockets and then they go down, or should I say boom shots, because that's what you're firing effectively. And the only time that this gets even remotely challenging on this level is when the Reavers turn up, because the Reavers have passengers, and the passengers will shoot you, and they will tick away at your life a lot, and it can get a little bit hairy, but I think I've only failed it once, and that was through my own stupidity. So you shouldn't have too much of a problem with it. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it's after this section that that happens. Yeah, it is. My bad. The hard bit is after this section. This section is quite challenging, actually. As soon as you've landed, you're going to be with Dizzy, and a really piss poor excuse of how he survived the second game and then fucking vanished. But we'll let him off. So I tried doing this on the right hand side because you can flank up past the Therons and get super close, but what happened is a Reaver's going to turn up to my left on top of a building and it insta-killed me with its rocket. So the best way I found to do it is just pick off the Therons from this vantage point over on the left, and then when the Reaver turns up, you've got enough cover from that building in front so that it can't hit you with the rocket, and you can just cheese it by shooting its leg. And I don't know what it is about the Reavers on this game. I never had too much of a problem with them on Gears 2, but on this one, they kick your ass. They really do. Their AI must have had a massive overhaul because they're deadly, really deadly. And just keep shooting, keep hitting those active reloads. I think there's only one of these guys with a torque bow. It's him over on the right behind that piece of concrete. This guy's just got a lancer, so it's just going to be a lance battle against him. Ignore your teammates when they go down. They are not necessarily. The only time when it becomes an issue is when all your teammates go down, because it kind of makes the enemies come for you. Especially if it's the Lambent, because the Lambent love to rush. If all your team go down, your team will be crawling towards you, bringing every single motherfucker on the battlefield with them, and that is a terrifying prospect, let me tell you. So here's the Reaver. You'll notice I'm up against this girder so that it can't quite hit me. If its missile comes to the right of you, the splash damage will hurt, like that. I was so close to dying there, that was unbelievable. And the best thing to do, stay stationary. As soon as you see the laser, move. The laser means he's going to be firing the rocket. And he's a pretty good shot, so he's going to be firing wherever you are, so if you can dodge, you'll get away. But he goes down pretty quick if your entire team are shooting him, so he shouldn't give you, too much of an issue. And once you've done that, there's just a couple guys to clean out up here. And this is another moment where I wouldn't advise doing what I do, because this is kind of silly. The glass looks quite nice. I don't know if it's actually in the recording run, it might have been in a failed run. Yeah, this is pretty bad. I didn't mean to go up against cover on that barrel. I meant to roll up against this and I kind of got screwed. Nah, this is not dangerous at all. That's okay. So now that you've done that, you're going to be moving into an armory once the Dizzy does this stupid cutscene bullshit. And in the armory there's going to be a one-shot, there's going to be a Hammer of Dawn, there's going to be a ton of ammo, there's going to be sniper rifles. Don't pick up the Hammer of Dawn. As enticing as it is, it takes far too long to charge on this difficulty and you'll just get killed. The one shot is definitely what you're aiming for. That's the gun that's going to make this easy. And what I tried doing here as well, as a little experiment, I think I give Baird the Hammer of Dawn as a weapon. I don't take his other gun off him though, so he never uses it, which were a pain in the ass. But, you learn through your mistakes. But I've got I'm probably going to pick a sniper rifle up instead of the retro lancer because it's going to help me a little bit better on this section. You don't have to worry about carrying any of your weapons into the next level because the next level after this is Act 3 and it's a completely different area. And as per usual, use cover to move faster with heavy items. If you're not familiar with the technique, it's not hard to do, it's just you need to know the distances before you can get good at it. This thing is a beast, look at that. And I've got to say, I don't know what it is about the Reavers, you've got to hit them on the flesh. If you hit them on the armour, sometimes it's not an insta-kill. I mean, that was its side flank, I don't know why that didn't kill it. And he needs to die pretty quick or he's going to hit you with splash damage like he just did. But if you don't get them with the first shot, you'll get them with the second. Because this one shot is just beast. It's a really cool gun. And what they've done to the Gorgon pistol as well, I'm super stoked about, because the burst fire on the old one, it was literally 3 seconds between bursts. It was such a boring gun to use. But now it's flat automatic, nowhere near as powerful, but still super fun. And what happens here is, I move up onto this balcony for the height advantage. And what's gonna kick off is as soon as these Therons drop, more Ravagers are gonna turn up, more Therons are gonna spawn, and you just have to take them on. And the only problem with the one shot is the seconds it takes to charge, because you are very vulnerable while that happens. But as soon as you fired it, get back in cover, and you shouldn't have. Oh goodness me, that's about as close to dying as you can get. So you'll notice you don't want to stay out of cover if you can help it. That's why I've picked the sniper rifle up, so I can pop up and be quick and just get a shot off. If I hit with that shot is a different story, but this is not too bad as long as the Reavers don't hit you. Everybody else is kind of just sitting back and having nice little firefights. The Reavers are the threat here. And luckily enough, because this is an escalated vantage point, they do have trouble hitting you. It generally goes over you. If you're out of cover when they fire, they'll hit you perfectly. Just look at it. You couldn't get closer to that without hitting the cover. They're really, really good aim. Fucking aim bots. And then you just have to finish off the rest of the Theron guards, and I think you've done it. So just pop some faces, land some people, and do your Gears thing. There you go. And if you don't know where somebody is when you're sure there's somebody left, stand up. They will soon find you, let me assure you. And I hate that when you're going to shoot people and they do that little twitch. It's so annoying. If I had an active then, that would have been his face. There you go. A little technique for people that didn't play the original Gears or any other Gears to long length. If you have an active reload, you can fire through their back, it will come out the other side and hit them in the face. It used to happen all the time in the multiplayer because people used cover, and in the multiplayer on Gears you are not safe from the sniper rifle in cover, believe it or not. I think I'm actually going to do some multiplayer tip videos because a buddy of mine asked for some, and they might help other people too, because I might not have played too much of the multiplayer in Gears 3, but I played enough Gears 1 multiplayer to know all the tricks of the trade. But that's the end of the level, guys. Thanks for watching, I hope it helps, and you take care now.